Alright, welcome to my first ever English video, and if I'm completely honest, might be the last one, but it depends, obviously. Today I'm gonna show you my 3-5-2 tactics that helped me win the Premier League last weekend. Just in case, I will say it again, the whole idea of the formation came from Painter from Leicester City, but the tactics itself are just mine. I don't know what he was using, right? I don't know his setup at all. So the idea was from him, the tactics are mine. So that's why I'm making this video today, because a lot of people were asking about it, right? What did I use? How does it work? What should I do? And all that stuff. So I will try to explain as much as I can today. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for all the support during the weekend. In terms of, casters, players, fans, like everyone was really hyping me up, I think, this weekend, which was really nice, because I didn't really get the spotlight like that before. So I'm really happy, obviously, and today I'll try to share with you like what I used, and hopefully I can help you out as well. Any subs, likes, or comments, obviously appreciated, guys. And let's start with the video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly show you my team from Premier League, then I will show you the tactics, then instructions, and then my main team on my account, and then I will try to help you choose what players you should use on each position and what works the best here. So Premier League team, we have Schmeichel in goal, then Vieira, Varane, Rudiger as 3 center backs. CDMs, it's Hulit and Kante. Wingers, left mid Cancelo, right mid Salah. Cam, we have Sancho. And strikers, we have Rashford and CR7 Team of the Year. I'm not using Birthday, I haven't used Birthday yet, but I still believe that Team of the Year is just straight up better than him. Obviously, the FGS requirements, or other restrictions, maybe I should say, it's quite different, right? It makes for easier to have Food Birthday item than Team of the Year item, but I would still say that Team of the Year is just straight up better. Okay, let's go to the tactics then. Obviously, first of all, please ignore Icardi up front. I'm trying to do Mbappe, player of the month, okay? So I need some more time. With some tactics, we go to 3-5-2. And I'm afraid to say that they're really simple. So I think many people will be really disappointed because there is nothing that I've done with the tactics. So it's balanced defensive style, 40 to width, 60 to depth, and here the width, obviously it's kind of a random number, but it works for me at least. You can slightly change it if you want. If you're used to like 43 or 44, then you can just leave it like that, it's fine. But I'm using 42. And then the depth, what I used before for many months, I've always used 72 or over 70 basically, because I really hate having my defenders going really far back, right? But in this game, they do it no matter what, so it's kind of hard to counter it. So what I did, I just accepted that they're gonna be a little bit more deeper, but at the same time, if you have it under 70, then they will sometimes cover the run like by themselves, so you don't need to worry about it. So it makes it easier for you to press with your center mid, or I don't know, Cam. Like it really depends on the situation, right? But I feel like it's just way easier, and you can rely on AIs a little bit more when you have it under 70 than over 70. But it all depends on the playstyle though. So, but then we have offense, and it's build-up play balanced, chance creation, direct passing, which is I think standard for many other pro players as well. Obviously, direct passing is one of the most used chance creation thing in this game. The only formation that I'm using forward runs is narrow. Other than that, every single formation, direct passing, and you just always, try to find this extra pass for a tap in. It's the classic way of scoring goals in this game, so I bet you already all know that. With 50 players in the box, 5 corners, 2 and 3. I mean, corners and free kicks you can do whatever you want, doesn't really matter. Here is just 50, didn't really change anything. And what it does, like it might look boring, right? But what it does is I don't really I just give freedom to my players, basically. I don't do anything with them. They just run whenever they want, wherever they want, and I don't know, it just feels great because as you see the formation itself, like you just outnumber people everywhere. You have 3 people in the middle, right? You have 3 people here against 2 center backs. You have 5 people here that you can just play a ball around if you want to kind of have more possession, I guess. So you don't really need them to be really strict. You can just let them do whatever they want, and it works really, really well. So if we look at the instructions, like I literally have nothing on the instructions. So strikers is default. Cam have stay forward. Left wing or left mid and right mid have come back on defense. But other than that, it's all default. I'm not doing anything with them. I'm not trying to like bother them or restrict them from doing. They just kind of run by themselves, and it really feels nice in the game because you can win a match just in more than one way. So in this formation, what you should try to focus on is those 3, obviously. I like to think that this formation is like a narrow formation, but on crack because of the left mid and right mid. So you still focus on those 3 in the attack, but then you can make it that you have 5. So you either have 3v2 against center backs or 5v4 in most of the cases if someone plays 4-4-2 in the middle. But then if you still struggle, you just go to your wingers. And you don't even need to pass to them. That's the best part. You don't need to pass to those wingers. You just need to trigger them so they run behind the opponent's defensive line and they will just mark it, right? So you give some space for yourself and for your strikers to to get a free chance, basically. So I really love it. Obviously, it doesn't work for every single person there, but I think you should really enjoy it. And then if we talk about the players and what you should use, as you see on this account, on my account, I use Varane, Rudiger, and Hernandez as a center back. So there is not a CDM like Vieira here, it's just Theo Hernandez. And it still works fine. What you're looking for is a defender that is really tall and quick. I don't think players like Cordoba or Kunde can work in this formation at all because of the crosses and how those 3 center backs work together with each other. And obviously the main position here is the center back. I'm not sure how I should say that, but basically you need to put the guy here that you trust with the AI block the most, right? So from those 3, I like Rudiger the most, but in terms of AI blocks and how the AI itself is moving, I think Varane is just the best here, so I've put him in the middle. Then center mids, we have Bellingham, we have Hullit. I mean, obviously that's a duo that everyone should know in the midfield. In the Premier League, I've used Kante, which, you know, he still worked, but I could feel it that he was more like defensive player, right, than Bellingham, so I couldn't really just go forward with Kante or shoot with him, kind of. So what I did was just make a turn and pass to the closest guy on the pitch. But I would recommend playing with 2 box-to-box, and obviously Hullit and Bellingham are the perfect players for it. Then on the wings, it's getting complicated because you can do a lot of things here. So what I like to do is play 1 fullback, which is Cancelo most of the time. I think he's the best at this position from any fullbacks in the game. But you can also use someone like Hakimi or Davies, right? There's still Nuno Mendes, actually from PSG as well, should be really good on this position. And then on the other side, I use Neymar, which I think I will change because he doesn't work as well as Salah, for example, in the Premier League. I think if you want to use a winger on here, then he needs to be stronger than Neymar. So Salah was fine. Mbappe would be obviously perfect here. Maybe Ginola, I don't know, like someone who can obviously dribble, but also who's kind of strong, and his body type also helps with getting the ball back. Also, what I do on the wings, I put the right foot player on the left and the left footed player, or like 5-star weak foot player on the right. So because what you want to do, you will get the free goals from those crazy like L1, R1 triangle balls, or you know, German balls, like however you want to call it. Basically, like there's so many players here, there is no way that your opponent can handle them all at the same time if you obviously trigger them with L1. So there's gonna be at least like 2 or 3 chances in the game where you can just literally just whip it for your striker and you just score a free goal. Then on cam, obviously I use Messi. I want to upgrade him to wants to watch card, but then you can also use someone like Sancho, works well, Mahrez. I don't know, these foot fantasy cards are crazy, but they're also expensive, so I'm not sure if I should mention them. But yeah, obviously you need a good dribbler, but what you're looking for the most here is passing. So Messi and Sancho worked really well for me because of their short passing, because this is the guy that will always look for the extra pass for your striker for tapping. Like, I'm not even sure how many assists my Sancho had to Cristiano Ronaldo this last weekend, but it was always the same thing. I pass to Sancho, Sancho passes to Cristiano Ronaldo, and I just score. So then on strikers, obviously Cristiano Ronaldo is the best. Either, it doesn't matter if you use Foot Birthday or Team of the Year, they're both really good. Then the other striker is up to you, really. You can use Pele. I mean, obviously you can use Pele as a cam as well, I forgot to mention, but here you can use Pele, you can use R9, you can use Mbappe, you can use even this Rashford, but again, he's really expensive, so yeah, I mean, it's just the really interesting formation. As I said, it's kind of the narrow formation on crack, for me at least, and if you play it, if you try it out, then what I recommend you to do is practice. I mean, if you are not doing it already, right? Practice the triggering of your rounds. So it doesn't matter if you trigger them after the pass, so L1X, or you just trigger them by pressing L1. It really doesn't matter. Just try to trigger them as much as you can, because as you see, I'm not using any getting behind instructions. So I'm really good in triggering those passing, those runs, I should say. And then I'm just, sometimes I'm gonna make a through ball, but most of the times it just gives you the space to play and to get close to the penalty box, and then you just outnumber the opponent. You have always 3v2 in the middle, remember that, every single time. If you do it well, you're gonna have 3v2 against center backs, and it's up to you if you can score that or not. You can't really, you know, ask for more in this game than 3v2 in the middle. So yeah, I think that's about it. I talked a lot. Hopefully you guys understand me and I kind of explained it to you. I hope it works for you as well. So let me know in the comments, you know, if you have any questions or opinions on this formation, maybe even how to counter it, because I guess a lot of people will be trying it out in the next week or so. So if you have any counters to it as well, you can let me know. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. Thank you for watching if you're watching the whole thing, and yeah, see you next time.